Scales are for warming up singing, not voice acting, you idiots. How do you know? What, you meant what, you're friends with Twilight Sparkle and you two go for mani pedis? Really? You know? Shit. What the?
Just completely redo it, that's fine. But what I would say is, if by chance you mess up the line 2 times, just take it from, just pick it up. Don't do it for a third time.
For fuck's sake! I'm trying to focus on this.
And if it's like you flub the line, flub a word, just try to, like you would if I was like talking.
Do I have to mute every call you try to call me on?
But if you're just like, oh, you know what? Let me try to pick that line up.
You're breaking my balls. You know that?
No.
You bet. And for myself, and I think I won't have any problems. Good deal. You have got 3 more.
There.
Yeah, sorry about that.
There. Now let me do my job.
I guess
All right.
Show
Good.
You have about a 3-4 second gap, but I imagine as this is a table read, you don't want that long.
Of one of your lines, or is it like a switch?
I'm not going to big pause as he looks at the giant, and I kill. Right.
Gotcha.
That long pause, or should I make it shorter for table read's sake?
I want you to feel comfortable with the character. If it feels comfortable to take that pause, take it. Because even though this is a table read, what you really want to do is feel the character as you're reading the line.
Yeah, that's a performance thing. So that's going to be how you want to read it. And I can tell you that like Matt Lancher did a lot of different takes on it and did a lot of different versions. So this is a table read, so you're just doing the line one time, but there's no really wrong way to do it. I don't think. If you want to say, my name's Knock and I kill giants, and you just put it all together, that's fine. Or if you want to put the pause in for dramatic effect, go for it. This is your performance.
Cool. That answers my question. Thank you.
And the countdown commences.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Does that mean Valiant, you're playing Kanoka as well?
No, my vocal range probably does not go well with that, but I've heard that we might also have a special appearance from Mrs. Moody, who will be playing Kanoka.
Who's Kanoka again? Because I don't remember her in the show.
In the very beginning of the show, when Millicrose is fighting that female character.
It's not muted. It froze.
Start out with some quick credits. Quick shout out to the people that have both won and been runner-ups for these voice acting parts. We've got Gabriel as Josh Portillo. Portillo as a Portillo. How do you pronounce that?
Portillo.
Sorry about that. Josh Portillo. We've got Gabriel's runner-up, which is Lemon 221. We've got Knock as Kakoa. Runner-up for Knock was Squire for Hire. Namaya was Lena the Hero. Runner-up is Teo. Dianelle is Zach W, or And runner-up is Dawnbreaker. Malacros is Donatello. The runner-up is Just a Yankee. The big guard is Flighty. Runner-up is Colorful Girl.
You mentioned my username, Nikki.
Mine. I hope I'm saying that one right too. But runner-up is Muse 2717. Also, special thanks to Jason for being here and Sarah Moody and Jesus Loves You. Both Sarah and Jesus Loves You. I've worked closely with both of them, so thank you both because this. With that in regard, let us begin. Cold open, exterior, firmament night. The star of Paradem shines in the firmament above the world of Ara. The star is as bright as the moon, the only visible celestial body in Ara's night sky.
Right, God of Ara.
For 1,000 years, the star has been the only light above the wild and waste of Ara.
Exterior, abandoned Bakura Monastery, night. 14-year-old Nux sits before a fire, holding Kanoka's staff. He is completely alone. The flames play over his face, his expression a mixture of anger and despair. Exterior. Shield Stronghold, night. 15-year-old Nemaya pounds on the doors of the Shield Alchemite Stronghold, desperate and distraught.
Some say it is a reminder that this world has been forsaken.
Exterior, abandoned Bakura Monastery, night. A light brighter than the firelight suddenly illuminates Nox's face, and he looks up at the star. The darkness in his expression begins to ebb.
Others see it as a sign of hope.
Exterior, Shield Stronghold, night. Through a sudden break in the clouds, the star shines down on Nemaya. She looks up. The star's light reflects in her tear-filled eyes as she stares up at it, struck by a new thought.
Piercing even the greatest darkness.
Exterior, Malacros' tower, night. Kanoka stands alone under the star, just outside Malacros' tower, where a legion of troops awaits a battle.
But what the star really is, most have forgotten.
The troops begin yelling for battle as Kanoka readies herself. Out of the darkness, the fearsome figure of Emina leaps, ready to attack Kanoka. Before a blow can fall on Kanoka, the wind of Aya flies in. The winds blast the troops aside, parting them like the Red Sea, and Kanoka flies straight for Malacros. Malacros attacks with Dark Hokta, but the swirling wind catches the Dark Hokta, absorbing it into a whirlwind of light that whips around Malacros and Kanoka. Kanoka is about to land a mighty blow on Malacros when suddenly she halts. The star shines brightly behind her. She turns around to peer it, arrested by some thought.
Yet the path of light is mysterious.
Kanoka looks up at the star and gets a serene smile on her face. Malacros attacks her from behind, trapping Kanoka in her prison of red light, complete with neck collar.
For who still follows the wind of Aya?
From inside her prison, Kanoka peers up at the star, her expression still full of hope. Welcome to Gabriel and the Guardians, Episode 1. Act 1. Interior, Tree Eternal, Sanctum, Day. Eternal, which is about the size of a
Oh,
cantaloupe.
Nikki's helping me remember the
Around the
lines.
fruit, bulbs of light illuminate the leaves, creating a heavenly glow. Gabriel smiles. Gabriel leaves the sanctum, satisfied, and emerges from the Tree Eternal.
Don't worry, all that shit's muted.
Exterior, Paradem wide, continuing. Pull out from Gabriel to reveal the Tree Eternal, and then the entire massive floating island of Paradem. Fade to the exterior, tundra, dusk. Ara, mortal realm. The star of Paradem shines above a rocky tundra with scattered snowdrifts and ice. Banners wave in the breeze. In the distance is a village. Torches twinkle from the prison on the cliff just above the village. Two guards drag a captured Nock, a boy cleric age 17, behind them, up a rise leading to the prison. A large statue is carved into a cliff face in the distance. Exterior, cliff wall, dusk, continuing. The two guards drag Nock to the base of a cliff wall and hook him up to a rope. One of the guards kicks Nock a couple times and then walks off, leaving behind the big guard, age 30, big and tough. The big guard pulls a lever and Nock is hauled upward by the rope. The big guard climbs a ladder up the side of the cliff at a slightly faster pace than Nock being hauled up by the rope to the prison above. Exterior, prison yard, day, continuing. The big guard marches along the cliffside, grabs a hook, and pulls in Nock from the pulley system, unhooking him roughly. Nock is tired and hurt, having just been beaten. Interior prison cell, day, continuing. The big guard opens a cell and shoves Nock into it. Nock lands in a heap.
Move! You're not from here. So, it's not surprising that you don't know what you are. Yet. Let me make this simple. Your property. Worthless property, apparently. And property submits.
The big guard throws a rock at Nock, hitting him in the shoulder. Nock glares at the big guard as he strides away, then leans back against the wall inside his cell. Exterior, cliffside, day. Namaya, the female princess of Kayanara, age 16, looks at a metal mask shard in her hand. When at the makeshift altar where she's gathered a number of sacrificial items, jewels, a behemoth heart, and one very nervous goat. She faces a giant carving set into the mountainside. Nearby sits an ancient statue head, half buried in the ground.
Please, please bring him back.
Namaya throws the metal shard onto the ground where she has readied her alchemy. It explodes. Light bursts into the sky from the shard, lighting up the clouds above. Interior, Nock's prison cell, day. Nock strikes his chains against the rock. The ground begins to shake from the footsteps of a yet unseen approaching giant. Nock looks up, pausing in his efforts. Through the bars of his cell, Nock sees Kanoka's staff propped against a wall. The shuddering of the giant's footsteps is enough to make the staff fall over. Nock looks up toward the small, boarded windows and sees the light from Namaya's alchemy shining through the cracks. Exterior, cliffside, day. Namaya puts her arms up to shield her eyes from the light as it flares and then fades away. With the light gone, Namaya looks eagerly back at the mountain. She grins as she hears the giant just on the other side. Then, a giant arm appears, gripping the top of the mountain as the giant begins to climb over. Interior, prison, day. Nock continues slamming his chains against the rock. The big guard looks over.
Hey, cleric, knock it off!
The big guard throws a rock at Nock, hitting him in the head. Nock spits and finally looks up.
I'm not a cleric.
The big guard grabs a bat and approaches Nock's cell.
That's right, you're learning.
Exterior, cliffside, day. Grow, a 100-foot-tall chaos giant with a mask, appears fully and approaches Namaya's altar.
It worked! Oh, God, it worked!
A light emanates from the giant's
What
mask, creating a force of power that
Not
pulls
yet.
Namaya's hair back.
That was so dumb.
She bows low
That was
on
a
her
dumb
knees. She lies face down for a moment, then rises with arms stretched wide.
Mighty God of Ara, I, your servant Namaya, submit to you this offering. Don't mess this up for me. Please, accept this offering, and in return, bring back my...
Bro looks down at Namaya and seemingly reaches for her. Bro grabs the statue head and rips it from the ground.
What on Ara?
Gro throws the statue head. Interior, prison day. The big guard lifts the bat to strike Nock through the bars of his cell.
Now, tell me what you are.
Suddenly, a roar echoes from the distance.
Not again. That blasted alchemist.
The big guard looks up as, bam! The statue head blasts through the wall, tears off the prison bars above Nock, and seemingly crushes the big guard. Nock takes cover in his cell. Brief blackness. The smoke clears and Nock crawls out of his cell. The chains around his wrist are gone. Nock looks at the stone statue head, then at the big hole in the wall. Freedom. Nock crosses to his cloak and puts it on, then looks through the rubble, searching for his staff. Nock looks over, rubbing his aching wrists, toward the pile of rubble, underneath which the big guard is buried. With a resigned grunt, Nock goes over and begins clearing the rubble away.
Please, help. Help me.
Nock grabs the big guard's hand and pulls him free. The big guard is hurt, but will be okay. Nock finds his staff and picks it up.
Who are you? I'm Nock of the Bakura, and I kill giants.
Nock sees Gro, the giant, in the distance, and grins. Nock leaps from the hole and runs to the rope mechanism that hauled him up the cliff earlier. He uses the rope to rappel down the cliff and head towards the giant. End of Act 1. Act 2. Exterior, Pardem, Wide Shot Day. Paradem, Celestial Realm. The island of Pardem floats in space, the tree eternal towering over the land. A full-grown cherub soars through the air above Pardem. Exterior, Pardem Day, continuing. Gabriel stands in the branches of the tree eternal, looking up at the cherub flying overhead, enjoying the sight. Then suddenly, a fast flying Zion flies by him. The wind blows Gabriel out of the tree and he falls. Exterior, into the forest. And purposely
Was that supposed to be the wicked battle cry?
Tarzan doing part. Grabs a hey, no fair.
Oh yeah,
Got a head start.
they did a reference to Tarzan. They said the Tarzan parkour.
And he braces himself briefly, then shoves himself away from the tree, flying and leaping through the forest after Zion. He sees the narrow opening of a cavern and dives into it. Interior, dark cavern, day, continuing. Gabriel flies through the dark cavern, heading towards the light on the other side.
Record.
Exterior, Pardem, above the canopy, continuing. Gabriel bursts out of the cavern and into the light. He is 1,000 feet in the air, with the ground far below. A lush and sweeping tropical landscape sprawls for as far as Gabriel can see. Mountains, forests, and in the center, the tree eternal, A giant tree that towers above the mountains. Everything shimmers with brilliant sunlight. A flock of feathered pterodactyl-like creatures fly through the air. Gabriel soars with them for just a moment, playing like he's a bird too. Yeah. Hey! Exterior, Pardem, lake, day continuing. A sparkling sea shimmers in the radiant sunlight at the top of Pardem. This is the highest point in the realm. Gabriel spots Zion, darting among the water plants, and does a somersault midair, blasting after her. He runs along the lake on the top of the water, amid gigantic, towering lily pad-like plants, until a massive leviathan bursts up out of the water. It circles Gabriel, diving and resurfacing, snapping at him with massive jaws. It chomps in Gabriel's direction as it dives. Gabriel is plunged underwater, clinging to the front of the leviathan's snout. Exterior, Pardem Lake, underwater, day continuing. Gabriel rides along on the leviathan's snout, turns and spots Zion in the distance, and then gets an idea. Gabriel conjures a ball of energy in his hand and throws it. The leviathan excitedly chases after it, like a dog playing fetch. The leviathan's tail helps propel Gabriel up out of the water. Exterior, Pardem Lake, day continuing. Gabriel flies out of the lake, racing after Zion toward the citadel. He flies past Zion, finally catching her up, and continues racing forward across the water. Exterior, Pardem Citadel, continuing. Gabriel slides across the top of the water like a surfer as he approaches the citadel. He does a cartwheel across the water, then a series of backflips up the walkway to the citadel. He goes into a somersault before landing at the top of the walkway. He looks back, laughing. Gabriel reaches out to touch a mark on one of the pillars, clearly a touch here to win the race kind of mark, when suddenly, wham! Zion slams into Gabriel and they both go flying. Ah! They fly through a pillar, breaking it in half, and finally land amid some rubble and dust. Gabriel laughs as he gets up.
You beat me. Hey, you've done pretty fast since arriving from the Magisterium.
Zion nods confidently and circles around in mid-air.
Easy. Took me 100 years to master those bends. Not bad.
One of the cracked pillars tumbles over, about to fall on Zion and Gabriel. Gabriel easily catches the giant pillar fragment with one hand. Zion regretfully looks around at the destruction she caused. A tiny trickle of blood from a cut on her cheek drips down.
Oh, it's okay. Things break. Everything has the potential to be mended.
Still holding the pillar in one hand, Gabriel pulls out a small handle from his garment with the other, which mystically extends into a scythe that glows with little wisps of light. Gabriel touches the tip of the scythe to Zion's cheek. The cut immediately begins to mend. Then, I apologize. My PDF just clipped. All good. Then, Gabriel puts the broken pillar back together. His scythe extends as he flies around the pillar, placing the scythe blade right at the crack where the pillar broke and mends it, making it whole again.
Chaos and order. That's the way of Ada.
Zion stares at Gabriel, obviously not understanding the weight of his words hold. Gabriel looks past Zion. Gabriel collapses his scythe again so it can fit neatly in his pocket as he walks towards the edge. Exterior, Pardem edge, day, continuing. At the edge of Pardem is a gate. Gabriel stands before it, staring down into the clouds and lightning below. Zion approaches the edge with caution, not sure if she likes it.
Another DC hero team.
Ever wonder what it's like below the darkness? Are the mortals still down there? They know we're up here?
Gabriel is silent for a moment. Zion peers over the edge, eyes going wide, a little afraid. Gabriel notices Zion's fear.
Well, better get used to the edge. You'll be a sentry soon enough.
Huh?
Gabriel walks away from the edge, Zion following. Exterior, walled city in the tundra, day. Establishing shot of the city in the tundra. Lightning crackles through the sky above as we hear distant shouts of panicked citizens in the city below. Close up on several buildings. Citizens run down stairs and across an elevated walkway, panicked as the giant Grow passes by. Nemaya hurries through the city after the giant, with a bag slung over her back containing her sacrificial items. She attempts to lead the goat, but it bleats and runs away.
Wait! Hey! Wait a minute!
Exterior, walled city in the tundra, ramparts, day continuing. Nemaya climbs a winding stair to the ramparts, catching up to the giant as it lumbers past. Nemaya runs across an elevated walkway to keep up with the giant's pace.
Did you not hear me? I am the Princess of Kayanata!
Nemaya reaches the end of the walkway and stops, calling up to the giant.
All I have is yours. Just grant my small request. I beg you.
Grow stops and turns, hearing Nemaya. It reaches out its hand toward her. As the hand looms closer, Nemaya's nerve starts to break. The hand is ready to crush her. Just before Grow's hand descends upon her, Nock darts, tackling Nemaya out of the way. Knocking Nemaya fall, tumbling off the ramparts and through a door into a building. Interior, Tundra City building, day continuing. Nock and Nemaya tumble through the door and into the building. Nemaya stands, turning to look through the opening doorway. She watches as Grow rumbles past, out of reach.
No!
Hey, get out of here! Do you want to be eaten?
Nock pushes past her and peers cautiously out a window. Nemaya glares at Nock, then cries out Grow through an open window.
God of Ara, please!
Are you
Nock cuts her
crazy?
off.
That's not a god. It's a chaos giant.
Nemaya turns to address Nock.
Will you just go away? I'm trying to do something.
Get yourself killed.
If that's what it takes.
Oh, okay. So you are crazy. Perfect.
I thought I told you to...
Her anger bubbles over, and she turns to tell off Nock. But Nock isn't there. Dirt falls from the ceiling as Nemaya registers that both Nock and the giant have gone. Exterior, walled city in the tundra, day continuing. Nock runs through a covered passageway. Nock exits the passageway and runs up a stair that winds around a hilltop in pursuit of Grow. Nock reaches the top, Grow in his sights. He leaps into the air, wielding his staff.
Hey, giant! It's time to pay for what you've done.
Grow turns towards Nock as the staff sparks to life, and he summons a ball of water.
Take this!
Nock thrusts the summoned water towards Grow in what looks like a mighty attack. Nock lands back on the hilltop and rests for a moment, panting. The glow on his staff dims, and then the light disappears entirely. Nock looks up to see a ball of water the size of a car, hovering in midair in front of the giant's face. Grow, curiously, lifts a finger to poke at the floating ball of water, which drifts back toward Nock.
Oh, come on!
One of Nemaya's alchemical daggers lands at Nock's feet. He looks down at it. It explodes, and Nock is forced away by the blast. Another dagger flies in, and Nock bounces it off his staff a few times before swinging his staff to hit the dagger in midair. It also explodes.
I can't.
Don't touch it.
Nemaya
Can't do
flies
it.
at Nock with 2 daggers in her hands. Nock meets her daggers with his staff. Nock and Nemaya fight on a bridge high above the city.
That giant is defending this town.
You mean that god is destroying this town?
It's not a god.
Gro raises his fist to crush Nock and Nemaya. Nock notices that they are about to be crushed. He lets down his guard, taking a slice of Nemaya's dagger on his shoulder. Then he grabs Nemaya by the arm and flings her off the ledge. Nemaya yells as she goes flying through the air and disappears. Nock jumps off after her, seemingly to his death. Gro's fist slams into the tower, right by where Nock had just been. The tower crumbles as Nock falls through the air. Nock spots the ball of water he conjured and dives for it, splashing inside. He floats beside Nemaya, also caught in the bubble. Sildude, a male in his 40s, runs through the streets below. He's approaching his house when suddenly a boulder crashes through his window. My house! Sildude skids to a halt.
My
looking at his
cabbages!
ruined house.
My house!
Nock and Nemaya float down in their bubble,
My
hovering
house.
between Sildude and his house. Nock peers out from the bubble at Sildude, then looks over at Nemaya, who glares at him. Sildude turns and runs away.
Shit.
I'm out of here!
I think
Nock
some
and
of the
Nemaya
guys
look
from
up to see a bridge
recycling
crumbling
are
above
here.
them. The rumble from above comes crashing down on them. Nock raises his hand towards the falling rubble above them. All goes dark as the rubble crashes onto them. End of Act 2.
Cycling is here. Come and get.
Before we begin Act 3, does anyone need to get a drink of water, refresh your throat?
I do, actually. Thank you. That would be great.
Does everyone have a PDF, or I just have that question?
So there was a PDF that was put on a share. I have the share if you need it.
I do.
Say, wonderful job, everybody. This is awesome.
It's doing amazing. Very, very awesome work.
Yeah, everybody's doing great. It's awesome. This is Jason.
Answer.
Wow. Let me know when you have that PDF up. And we'll be on page 16 when you do have it up.
Oh, where's the... I'm still looking for it. Where did you post it?
In the chat. Would it be easier if I did a DM for you?
Yeah, that helps.
You got it. Hold on one second.
Found it.
I just looked at the script for my parts, and I know the trigger as to when my line kicks in.
Gotcha. All set?
Yes.
Okay, continuing on. Act 3. Exterior, Pardum Field, daytime. Gabriel walks through a field, accompanied by Zion. They turn and look up at the glimmer of light in the sky as in the distance, Tov, the adult cherub, opens a portal.
Hey, how's letting someone in?
Dianel, an ancient celestial, arrives in a flash with a thunderous blast of light.
I know. It's been like a...
I found the PDF, which is important.
Gabriel straightens up and takes a serious tone, trying to match Dianel, but it comes off as a little goofy. Emissary Herald of Aya, it's an honor to have you here. Sir? Dianel breaks his serious tone and laughs.
It's good to see you, my young friend. I must say, you have done an excellent job of tending to Pardum.
I'm a gardener. It's what I do. Dianel looks to Gabriel fondly, but then takes a serious look. He walks through the forest. Gabriel follows.
Oh shit, Nick.
I come from the mountain of the Watchers.
Fuck me. Oh, how the fucking shit. I charge my damn phone. Didn't think of. Sorry. Shit! It froze. Holy fuck. Holy fuck me. Sorry, I guess.
It's much more than simply a gardener.
The eternal seeds are under my protection. I can't leave.
The Watchers have seen your potential, Gabriel. They hold great sway with Aya. Come to Mount Zud and meet them.
Gabriel looks at the tree eternal.
This seed will sprout soon. I have to be there for it.
Okay, there, it's not freezing.
I remember when Aya planted that tree himself for the people of Ara. The music of its first breath echoed through the cosmos. Even the fallen heard its song and shuddered.
I'm not avoiding the war, you know. I want to help. How are my siblings?
As well as could be expected while holding the forces of chaos at bay.
Next time you see Michael, will you tell him that?
The next time I see him, I hope you are by my side.
Dianel starts floating away.
I walk in many realms and see many things. You were meant for more than gardening.
Dianel looks down at Gabriel and smiles.
May we never be shaken.
May we never fall.
And like a rocket, Dianel blasts off into the atmosphere. Interior, Malacros's life chamber, day. Darkness and death surround the life chamber. At the back of the chamber, on a high dais, is a black tree with glowing leaves. Kanoka sits inside her triangle prison, near the base of the tree. Her head is slightly bowed, her expression neutral. A figure walks by, Malacros. We don't get a good look, as he is always covered from head to toe, his face hidden behind a mask. His figure is twisted, full of power from the dark Shokta.
Oh no.
Rise, god of Ara.
Malacros's eyes glow red, and Magog sits up in the pool, displacing water as it does so. Behind the mask, Magog's eyes also glow red.
God of Ara.
Interior, the tree eternal, day. Gabriel paces anxiously near the seed. Zion flies up to him.
Not now. It's almost time for me to take the seed up.
Gabriel notices something in the sky behind the tree. A portal has formed, surrounded by lightning. Something dark flies out of the portal.
That's not one of our portals.
Gabriel and Zion exchange a look and head toward it. Exterior, Paradem Forest, day. The two fly through the forest, focused on the strange portal in the sky.
Zion, check out that portal. It shouldn't be here. I'll track down whatever came out of it.
Zion zips off in a flash. Gabriel stands on a high branch of the tree eternal, looking out over the forest below. He spots Magog, the giant, as it leaps briefly out of the trees, then continues moving quickly through the forest. This is the giant we just saw Melicros bring to life. Gabriel watches the giant's progress through the forest.
We're not one of Aya's creations. How did you get past the sentries?
Gabriel jumps from his perch and flies above the tree line, following the giant as it heads towards the tree eternal. Exterior, the tree eternal, day. Gabriel flies up to Magog as the giant climbs the tree eternal with incredible speed.
Hey, you! I'm Gabriel, keeper of the...
The branch flies at Gabriel. He dodges.
Hey, you're really strong. Where'd you come from?
Another branch flies at him. He easily dodges again. Magog pauses mid-climb and turns to face Gabriel. Our hero sees the lifeless eyes behind the mask, and it freaks him out. The giant throws another branch at Gabriel. It briefly appears as though the branch has hit Gabriel. Reveal that the Celestial has caught the branch in mid-air. He lifts it over his head with one hand.
I'm gonna need you to go back through the portal, okay?
Gabriel quickly flies the branch back over to where it was ripped off. He pulls out his scythe and quickly mends the branch, making it whole again.
There. That's better.
Another broken branch falls from above. Gabriel looks up, annoyed. Magog is gone. Gabriel flies up through the branches after the giant.
What are you doing here anyway? Besides ripping up branches.
Finally, he sees Magog. The giant's closing in on something. To Gabriel's horror, it's the new seed.
No, eternal seed!
Gabriel raises his hand, and some of his radiance forms into a ball of light over his palm. The ball of light spins with energy like a micro star. Gabriel flies quickly toward Magog.
Stop! No!
Magog ignores Gabriel, so Gabriel flies in front of him.
I said, stop!
Gabriel throws the ball of light at the... Magog...
Oh, shit. Froze again.
What are you?
Gabriel's eyes go from icy blue to burning fire as he sees Magog continuing its rampage of destruction.
Help me!
Bear with me.
Just happened.
Another ball of light manifests in Gabriel's hands, but this time it's much brighter and bigger. Gabriel breathes heavily, straining to hold the turbulent energy above his palm. It takes a lot of effort to do this. His eyes glow brightly. Magog's almost to the seed.
Final warning!
Magog is feet away from the seed. The giant reaches for it.
Turn back! Now!
Gabriel blasts Magog with a ball of light, engulfing the creature in an explosion of light. The explosion leaves a cloud of smoke, where the creature had been. Gabriel thinks it's over, and Magog destroyed. His eyes stop glowing, returning to normal. Gabriel turns and walks away, looking regretful. A beat, and then Magog comes, leaping out of nowhere, and slams into Gabriel. They both go flying. The two burst through a canopy into exterior, tree eternal, pool, continuing. Bam! Gabriel splashes into a shallow pool and goes tumbling. Magog lands some distance away, getting to its feet quickly and beginning to bound along a large branch growing above the pool. Gabriel chases Magog along the branch, quickly catching up. He extends his scythe, which glows, and begins to produce what looks like strands of light as Gabriel weaves back and forth under the giant's legs.
You're pretty tough. Let's see how you handle this.
Suddenly, the strands of light from Gabriel's scythe coalesce into green vines, which attack, wrapping all around Magog. The vines are strong and pull Magog down onto the branch. Gabriel runs in a loop around the branches, gaining momentum before leaping back toward Magog. The giant swings a massive fist towards Gabriel, blocking his blow. But the giant is still trapped by the vines. Gabriel directs the vines to squeeze the giant's wrist until Magog's closed fist pops open, releasing the seed it had been holding.
Gotcha!
Gabriel leaps up and grabs the seed in midair, doing a somersault before landing in the pool and bounding away from Magog. He comes to a halt, but senses something behind him. Gabriel turns to see Magog's claws right in front of his face. But Magog can't quite reach Gabriel, thanks to the vines still restraining him. Magog gives up trying to claw Gabriel, grabs the vines with its hands, and kicks Gabriel instead, sending him flying. Exterior, tree eternal branch, continuing. Gabriel falls through the branches of the tree eternal, crashing into a massive branch the size of a highway. Magog falls down after him. Gabriel's scythe lands just out of his reach, but Gabriel has managed to keep hold of the seed. Gabriel reaches for his scythe, but Magog blocks him. Gabriel fights Magog, kicking against its massive hands. Magog grabs Gabriel, trapping him inside his palms. Suddenly, the giant's palms open again. Gabriel holds the giant's hands apart, doing the splits.
I told you! I'm Gabriel, Keeper of Paradigm, Protector of...
Magog headbutts Gabriel. Gabriel headbutts him right back, still in the splits. Finally, Magog headbutts him all the way down, flattening him on the branch. Magog goes for the seed just as Gabriel starts to rise.
Something I said?
Magog attacks Gabriel, pummeling him before lifting both fists in the air, preparing to crush him. Out of nowhere, Zion comes flying in like a missile and smashes into the head of Magog, knocking the giant away.
Zion!
Zion tosses Gabriel his scythe.
Thanks. You have to protect the seed at any cost.
Gabriel and Magog both leap for the seed. Gabriel uses his scythe for extra length to grab at the seed, but Magog's arms get in the way, and Gabriel accidentally smashes a cut into the giant's arm. The giant's entire arm transforms into tree branches. Gabriel looks in awe at the scythe. He's never seen that before.
What?
Magog drops the seed, ripping at its vine arm. Gabriel darts for the seed, grabbing it just before the giant's foot stomps on it, and he and Zion fly away.
Gotcha!
The eyes on Magog's giant mask begin to glow red. Gabriel glances back, sensing something strange. Magog rips the last of his vine arm away. He now only has one arm. Electricity flickers around the giant's mask. The monster roars, and the blast of energy explodes in all directions. Gabriel and Zion are both blown back. Gabriel drops the seed. The entire sky turns blood red, and a different kind of portal opens over Magog's head. It's a huge portal with red eyes surrounding it.
Be not afraid.
Magog grabs the seed. All the eyes around the portal open. No! Magog gets ready to jump through the portal, but Gabriel flies at Magog in a flash of light. Gabriel swings his scythe at the giant's face. The scythe shatters on Magog's teeth.
Everything you
Magog
say
swings
to
his fist
me.
at Gabriel, sending him flying.
Everything from apple
Everything goes
teeth.
dark for a moment. Gabriel gets up, clearly struggling, holding the remains of his scythe in one hand. He sees a bruised Zion nearby. Gabriel turns to see Magog about to head through the portal again. No! Gabriel flies toward Magog, just as the giant disappears through the portal. Gabriel looks back at the tree eternal, panicked and unsure if he should follow Magog through the portal. The eyes around the portal close, and the portal itself starts closing. Gabriel looks down at a worried Zion.
It unlocks the seed's power. Chaos will soon creation.
Gabriel takes a breath, readying himself.
I have to stop it at any cost.
Gabriel leaps through the slowly shrinking portal, leaving Zion behind. The portal shifts into a new direction and fluctuates power. Explosions and battle sounds emanate from the portal. Exterior tundra day. All is quiet across the cold tundra. Gabriel falls from the sky and lands on the ground below. He stands and looks around, not sure where he is, still hurt from the previous encounter. The star of Pardem shines in the sky above his head. In the distance, we see the walled city that Nak and Nemaya were in, currently in ruins. End of episode 1.
Da, 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 na, 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 na. That was amazing.